Hello everybody and welcome back to another round of Zenith Online Racing's PC tier on F1 2021. This Tuesday night we're here at Baku, the capital city of Azerbaijan. A very, very sunny Tuesday night. The sun is shining on the track, I can pretty much safely say there's not going to be any rain for the qualifying session at least. But if any drivers are listening, please feel free to throw the weather update in the chat. I'm also going to ask everybody to please smash that like button and share this stream. Let's get all these racers some love today. If you're a driver and you're listening, next time you're in the pits, go over there and hit that like button. Let's get Zenith Online Racing to the top. Let's take a quick look at the championship order when our drivers are getting ready, going on and doing their first out laps. Zenith to win it, the main story of the season. We actually already have a yellow flag in Sector 1, so I wonder what that was. Let's see. Let me get some settings up really quick before we go into the standings. Okay. At least we got the track map now so we can see who goes off and when they go off. Alright, back to the standings. Zenith to win it has been the he's been the man. He's been the go-to guy this season so far. He's picked up 2 wins. He's 70 points to his name so far. And he's very clear of the next man. The next man up is Mr. Joshua, who actually wasn't here for the fantastic, surprisingly fantastic race in Monaco. Joshua is back. He's back for this race. He has 40 points, so 30 points behind Zenith. They both drive for Haas, so Haas is the constructor leader at the moment. Tae Wen is carrying Aston Martin Racing second in the championship. He is third in the drivers' championship. Only 7 points back for Joshua, so Tae Wen's doing pretty good, and he did make it here for this race, so that's good to see. I think there was some notice, or there was some doubt that Tae Wen might not be making it this race, but he did make it as Daddy DeVito moves over, so dude from Mexico can go by. Axton, P5 in the championship. Oh, excuse me, I skipped over Sir Harry, the AlphaTauri driver. Sorry for that, Harry. Axton, the McLaren driver, who is the runner-up, he put in a bid to win at Monaco last week. He did try. We unfortunately lost Main Chief from the league. Main Chief said that he was going to be leaving us. As we see, Office Red looks like he disqualified himself as Daddy DeVito starts his first flying lap. The rest of the order, it doesn't really matter at this point. We got the top 5 nailed. Let's ride on board with Daddy DeVito for his first flying lap. I believe DeVito missed the last session, so let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do tonight. Braking on the curb there, not the best. You kind of want to get the middle of the car over the curb entirely and use the outside concrete there to get the braking done as he goes in deep into turn 2. Not a great opening sector for the Aston Martin driver, but let's see what he can do as he makes his way towards sector 2. He's got a few more corners before that, though. A little bit of an improvement into turn 3. Nicely done. We got another 90-degree right-hand turn, getting the traction down nicely, straightening out that wheel, and trying to use just about all the track he possibly can. Clips the curb on the left, just misses the curb on the right, gets the car straightened out as he heads down towards the castle section, braking hard. Another 90-degree right-hand turn, getting the car straight, bringing it over to the right hand of the track, and then throwing it into the castle section, and he hits the wall. Daddy DeVito into the wall in the castle section. That's the first victim we've seen fall into the castle, but he's still got all 4 wheels on the car. He'll make his way back to the pits, get a new front wing, and try again. Tae Wen, Daddy DeVito's teammate, actually put in the fastest lap as we were riding along with DeVito for his opening lap. Let's get some detail on who's doing what with the tires, and let's hop over to. Let's see if we can get another driver here. Joshua's on an out lap, so let's see if we can get over to Joshua. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So Joshua's starting a lap here. Taewen, fastest driver right now on the soft tire. Dude from Mexico just put in a lap to put himself P2, but he's about 1.5 seconds back from the pole man at the moment. We got another yellow flag in Sector 2. It looks like Sir Harry Hotspur is out. He has retired. Sir Harry Hotspur, he is the 4th man in the Drivers' Championship. He is out of qualifying. And the session has just begun, so that's going to be unfortunate for him. Didn't get a lap in, so he's going to be starting at the back of the grid. Joshua powering down now towards the second big braking zone of the lap. Getting into the more technical bits again. Looks a lot smoother from what we've just seen DeVito do on his previous lap. Joshua looks confident out there this evening. Beautiful line through there. He put in a was that a purple? Was that a purple first sector? Or was that blue? Nice, just throwing the car in, taking all the curb, and let's see how he navigates the castle here. A little cautious, car got a little loose from him. I think he's going to want to do that again, but he's still getting through as Zenith, the other Haas driver, goes fastest with a 138.2, well clear of Taewen. Zenith just had this race last night. Both of these men had this race last night for the PC League for Tier 1. I do not have those results handy. I caught the beginning of the race, but got caught up in the middle of it and had to leave, unfortunately. Office Red back into the session. That's great to see. Although he is disqualified, he'll be ready to go for the race. And let's see what time Mr. Joshua puts in. That's a 139.4. So goes 5th fastest. Just gets beat out by Flex, who I believe put a lap in. He's got a lap in on the softs, but again, I have to remember that it's just saying the current tire. We don't know what time, these guys. Is this best? Oh, cool. Codemasters. You guys finally did something right, I have to say. I mean, you do a lot of things right. I think Codemasters, they don't get enough credit. They have a big job, and they do a pretty good job. They do pretty good. This is a great game. I think it really is, although it does have its problems, some bigger than others. Alright, let's hop over to another driver. We got yellow flags. I think that's just this yellow flag action. Is this dude from Mexico going through? Or is this Bulldog on a lap? Do we have anybody on a lap right now? Who looks like they're flying through on the map? Anybody? So we ride along with Bulldog's Red Bull here. Great looking vehicle. I think there's a Ferrari going fast, but Flex just put in a lap, so it's not going to be him. A bit of a lull here. Aerostrike? No. Aerostrike, bit of a tough race last week in Monaco. Started on the hard tire, which is not the tire you want to be on at Monaco. And it's not really the tire you want to be on here at Baku either, although to a lesser extent. I think the hards are a little bit better of a tire here than they are at Monaco, as there are a bit higher speeds, easier to keep them up on the temperatures, and so on and so forth. So Zenith the man to beat right now, and that lap must be quite intimidating for some of the other drivers, as Zenith actually put that in on mediums. I think we should expect some times in the... Is it the 36s now that are... I think it's the 36s now for this track. Taewen looks like he's about to get going, along with DeVito, who's actually crossing the line now. We rode along with DeVito last time, so we'll take a lap aboard another Aston Martin. Aston Martin, you guys really got to start paying us over here at Zenith Online Racing with all this airtime, all this coverage we're giving you so far today. Alright, Taewen going into the first corner, using that curb for braking as well, getting on the inside curb and then using all the track on the exit, so that's nicely done. Braking a little bit after the 100-meter board, flicking it in. Nicely done on that second corner, getting the traction. going nicely as he again blasts down the second straight. Hitting the curb on the inside there, that just unstables the car a little bit. It's not the ideal way to get through that corner, but he's still pointing in the right direction, and it looks like he's putting together some pretty good. He's putting together some pretty good pace now. He has gone blue, so this is a personal best for the cognizant Aston Martin BWT Zenith Online Racing driver going through the castle. Let's see how he gets on. There's some sparks in the wall there from when DeVito went into the wall. There's still some sparks over there in the castle. Next time we go through for a ride along, we'll have to look at that. As Wilhelm, the Ferrari driver, is out of the session. Is anybody coming up to him on track to maybe we can get a view of the stranded car? Is it Bulldog? Dude from Mexico is coming up on the stranded Ferrari, but we'll see if it's still there. It just disappears. Really weird place to lose it from especially to just totally lose the wheel. This dude from Mexico is struggling, and Tewen actually runs into the pits, so maybe he invalidated somewhere. Maybe he didn't like what he was seeing, and he abandoned the lap. Daddy DeVito, I think he did improve with the 139 flat, so nicely done from him. More yellow flags flying now as drivers move out of the way as to not impede anybody else. So we got dude from Mexico and the Bulldog coming down the main straight. The two Red Bull drivers, I think they're trying to do a little bit of teamwork here. Is that what we see? So this is some fantastic work from these two, if they are working together to get this done, or maybe they're not talking at all, and the Bulldog is just trying to pull on a cheeky move on his teammate. As dude from Mexico is out of the session, just lighting it up on the turn 1 exit, spinning into the wall. That is one wrecked Red Bull, and he is out. Dude from Mexico is out of the session with a 139.6. It looks like it'll put him into the top 10 another. So not a good lap from the Red Bull boys as the Bulldog finds himself in a wall and wingless, having to now limp back to the pits. I think Flex is just crossing the line on a lap right now. Is he getting going, or did he just finish up? I would say, I think he's on a lap right now. Flex is on a lap on the medium tires, trying to improve from his 139.1. Let's see what he can do. And interestingly, the other drivers like Zenith, Tewen, Axton, everybody else is on the softs right now. But they are all in the pits. Axton's on the softs, so that's really the only man we have to make a benchmark right now. But Flex going against the grain, putting another time in on the mediums. I think that's the tire he wants to start this race on. The lone Ferrari driver getting through the castle, not too bad. Really flicking it in. That was a nice left-hand turn, showing some great car control there. Just absolutely blasting down this back part of the track. What a great looking car that Ferrari is. He just has a couple corners to go, and then we'll see what the verdict is. It didn't look like he did a blue middle sector, but we didn't get to see what the timing was for his first sector, so we could see a big improvement here. And Flex crosses the line at 138.5. Puts himself into the top 3 faster than a few of the other soft runners, being the 2 Aston Martin drivers. So Ferrari has been somewhat absent from the front of the grid so far this season. So it's great to see Flex putting it in P3 for now. What other action is going on? Let's head over to Zenith and Haas sitting in the pits. Axton taking P1. Did that just happen? Am I losing it? Axton puts his car in first position again. Now, this is what he did as Murphy's Law finds himself out of the session. Where did he do that? I think he just retired. Wonder why he did that. Oh, we have a... Is that a... No. Okay, we're good. Axton putting it in first. So, replicating some of the work that he's done. Some of the good work that he did back in Monaco. Can we get the... There's the timing. The timing keeps getting covered up by all the yellow flags. About 2 minutes to go. So, if anybody wants to get another lap, and they need to be getting a move on right now. I think they are. So I think we got a few drivers that are done. Who's that making it out? That's a Haas. That's Zenith. Who thinks he's gonna get around? And Wilhelm, was that Flex, or I think that's Flex, finds himself in the wall in Sector 3. So the circuit is certainly claiming a lot of victims already, and the race again hasn't even started. But you expect that from Baku. This is a tough track. This is definitely a tough track. So we got the 2 Aston Martin drivers. We have Mr. Joshua, I believe, starting a lap right now. So we'll ride a board with Josh to take us through. See how Josh uses all the track there in turn 1. See, that's how it's done. That's how it's done. Nicely done. Aerostrike out, but he is in the pits, so he's just retiring. Not an on-track incident. You can see on the mini map Tae Wen, and let's hop over to that. That's interesting. Tae Wen and Daddy DeVito very close on track. So maybe we have the second driver here gaining a little bit of advantage from the toe, especially if DeVito can catch up to Tae Wen towards the end of this lap. That'll be absolutely massive for DeVito if he can stay in the draft at the end of the lap. In the beginning, it doesn't really help because the start point is so close to the first corner. But at the end of the lap, oh man, you can gain like well over half a second working it that way. So the qualifying session has officially, the time has officially run out on the clock. So if the driver hasn't started a lap, they're not getting one in. Looks like Zenith crossed the line just in time to get one final lap in. So right now, Axton's the pole man, but we're going to have Mr. Joshua coming across the line first. We'll see what he can put in. And then we're going to be watching one of the Red Bulls. We're going to be watching Bulldog to see if Bulldog can improve from 10th. Mr. Joshua currently P6, goes P3, knocks the Ferrari driver back a position. But Mr. Joshua is on the softs, Flex is on the mediums. So we know those mediums are going to go longer into the race than the softs. Next across the line, we have the Bulldog, who nicks Aerostrike and takes P9. So nicely done, the Bulldog. Aston Martin drivers crossing the line next. Let's see if we can hop over to them. Tae Wen is going to stay 5th. Daddy DeVito. Oh, Daddy DeVito. So maybe that toe did come in handy, as DeVito pips Tae Wen for 5th place. All eyes on Zenith. He's right now the championship leader. He's currently sitting at P2. Is he going to improve by 3/10 to take pole at Baku? He is. Zenith takes another pole this season. He's put his Haas on first once again, and he is going to be a challenge for the rest of our drivers to compete with tonight, going just about 8/10 clear from Axton and 1.2 seconds behind, or I should say in front of Mr. Joshua. So Zenith clearly. We'll give him the Lewis Hamilton Award. Does that sound good? We'll give him the Lewis Hamilton Award. As the session is transitioning into the race, just give me one moment. I will be right back to take you through the race. Alright, welcome to the race, everybody. It's race day, and we got clear skies once again. So everything's looking nice and sunny for race day. That's great to see. It's great to see. Zenith, he's the pole man. We got the race strategy up. Looks like a two-stop. That's what Codemasters is calling for. Although we might see the one-stop. We might see the one-stop as well. We're going to see some medium to hard. We're going to see that strategy is surely going to be popular. At least I believe it will. I could be totally wrong. I haven't done a race here so far on this game. Excuse me for hopping through. I'm just trying to get grounded here. Alright, cool. Let's keep this detail down for now. Let's do position change. I think that'll be fun to start the race. Alright, so Haas is in a great spot right now. They're the Constructor Championship leaders. If you're just joining us, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get Zenith Racing, Zenith Online Racing to the moon. Let's bring ZOR to the moon. We're going to do that. It's going to be great. These guys have been putting on an absolutely fantastic show so far this year. Even at Monaco last year, it was an absolutely fantastic race, down to the wire. Battles the whole time, action non-stop. It was great. It was fantastic. But now we're at Baku, a track that is somewhat similar to Monaco in its difficulty. In this game, we know that Monaco is a lot harder. Baku, it's a different story. We're going to find out tonight. We're going to see how many drivers can finish this race. We're starting with 13, over under 10. Any takers? As Office Red, I believe that's Office Red, is still making his way to the line now, so very behind. Maybe he had a bit of a spin or something. We did not see that. All right, looks like the Williams driver is lined up, and I think we're good to go. We should be getting some lights on soon. All right, here we go. Zenith, Axton, Mr. Joshua, and Flex. We're off. We're off. We got a, looks like a good start. Hard to tell. Good start from Zenith. Oh, Axton putting his nose in there, trying to make a move, but just getting kind of blocked off. As the drivers are all filing through, it looks like everybody's getting through with their wings intact. That's good. Axton, Joshua, Flex. These three drivers all look like they are putting on a challenge For P2, Axton comes out in front, and Mr. Joshua looks like he's, has he made up a place? No, I think he was ahead of Flex to begin with, as Cheval joins the race. He's a little bit late, but that's okay. He's here now. Unfortunately, I don't think he'll be able to race, but maybe next time, Cheval. So right now, Murphy's Law has made up a position, but that's about all we're seeing. These drivers are all filing into the castle section for the first time. So let's see how that goes. We'll ride along with Bulldog, and everybody's made it through well. Very nice. Very good from everybody. Who's a close gap? Murphy's Law. Got a bit of a timing glitch here. As always. Thank you, Codemasters. So right now, looks like Flex is on the medium tire. Yeah, Flex is on the medium tire, so he's in a really good position right now. If he could just stay in the DRS of the 3 drivers in front, Flex is going to set himself up for a really good race. Now, I'm sure everybody knows this. For the first 3 laps, there is no DRS, so these drivers are going to have to make their way by all on their own without any help. Sir Harry Hotspur. Bit of a poor qualifying session from him. Didn't get to put a time in. Now he's making up some places, passing the Ferrari of Wilhelm. Nicely done down the inside without DRS. So Sir Harry, certainly a man on a mission tonight, trying to work his way back into the points from that poor qualifying session where he crashed and found himself out. Flex is, if the timing does not elude me, it's putting out a bit of a challenge to Mr. Joshua already. So maybe Joshua is struggling a little bit this evening. I mean, the soft tires, they really aren't that good here for that long. But just look how close these guys get to the wall in Castles. It's really amazing. Like, If you have some time to just go into like time trial and just park the car at the castle section and just you can see how wide it is. It's unbelievably narrow, and that's why you see even some of the best drivers in the world, Charles Leclerc for example, going into the castle section wall because it's tough. It's one of the toughest corners in the calendar, definitely. So, Flex is threatening Mr. Joshua right now for P3. He's got DRS. Yellow flags in Sector 3. It looks like dude from Mexico has lost it in the fast S's, as Mr. Joshua actually manages to keep Flex behind. So, great defending from the Haas driver, but Flex is going to put in another challenge here going down towards turn 3. He's got the inside line and he's got DRS and he's well through on Mr. Joshua, but I wouldn't count this. I wouldn't count Mr. Joshua out just yet, as Sir Harry Hotspur moves up another position, taking P9 from Aerostrike. Sir Harry Hotspur on the medium tire, so he's looking good to keep moving up. Axton is keeping within that 1 second mark right now of Zenith to win it, so that's great to see. Axton, has some pace here, and really Axton's strategies right now is stay in DRS of Zenith. If Axton stays in the DRS of Zenith, and Zenith possibly makes a mistake, I mean, that's going to be... How did Flex just get by Mr. Joshua? Like, what happened? Flex just got by Mr. Joshua. He's been by Mr. Joshua. That's right. Alright, here we go. What does Mr. Joshua have to respond to the Ferrari driver? He's got DRS now. Are these two going to go back and forth? It looks like Mr. Joshua's just a little bit too far back, but he's going to have DRS again. He's very close now, and he's going to have DRS again going towards turn 3. As Murphy's Law into the pits. Yeah, it looks like Bulldog had to get a new front wing. He did. As Mr. Joshua is now just falling off a little bit from Flex, and Axton is staying strong with Jinnit still. After 4 laps, leading order is Jinnit, Axton, Flex, then Mr. Joshua. Another story, Axton making up a lot of time. Not Axton, excuse me, I'm sorry. Sir Harry Hotspur making up a lot of places. He's up 4 spots right now in 8th, and he is closing in on the Bulldog. He's already made up about half a second on this lap alone on the driver head. Oh, we have an incident. We have an incident. I think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see it on Sir Harry's camera here. It looks like it was cleaned up. We lost Axton. So Axton, unfortunately, went around as the Bulldog has retired from the session. So let's see if we can see the incident. We have a safety car. It's a safety car, yep. Bulldog lost it in the high-speed back section of the track. He's out of this race, so we're riding along with Murphy's right now to see if we can see the stricken Red Bull. There it is on the right. That's a weird place to lose it. I don't know. I kind of want to say that he hit the inside wall, and that put him off. But this is going to be really good for Axton actually. So Axton gets a little bit lucky here. We can't see if he has wing damage now, but we'll find out in just a moment if he does have some wing damage, if he gets a new wing or not, because he did have a spin. They are not putting a new wing on Axton's car, so he just had a bit of a spin. No harm done, except he's lost some places, but car was intact. So, I mean, you could argue this is bad for Flex and for Office Red, the 2 drivers still out on the mediums. You could argue it's good for them. Looks like everybody else is hopping over to the mediums. So, nobody... Well, we have Wilhelm and Arrows going for the hard compound tire. So, some people are going for the hards right now, but most are going for the mediums. Sir Harry Hotspur, he put on a set of softs. So, interesting choice, but I'm sure he's got, something in mind to make that work. As Flex is sitting behind the safety car. This should not be a long one. Looks like all the drivers are quickly approaching the back of the red Mercedes AMG, which is being followed by the red Ferrari. Interestingly enough, when did the Mercedes safety car become red? It's not the Silver Arrow anymore. It's the... I wonder if they're like trolling Ferrari. It's like, haha, we're red now too. Whoa, look at that. Safety car just glitching around there. That'd make me a little uneasy. If I was Flex, I'd back off a little bit, as it looks like he has done. So Office Red finds himself in a great position right now. He started right at the back of the grid in last place. Now he's in P3. So, I mean, he must be really happy with himself. Let's see if he can make anything out of that. Flex in first, so he's going to lead the race, but he's got Jinnit right behind on the same set of tires. So we're going to see, can Flex hold Jinnit up? Because the main challengers, being Axton and Mr. Joshua, they're down there in 5th and 7th. And they have a lot of people they have to pass. I mean, you got the Aston Martins. We know DeVito's quick. We know Taewen. These two, they can hold their own. Office Red, he's going to be challenged. He's going to be challenged, and looking forward to seeing what he can do. We actually have 2 Ferraris in the points right now. Wilhelm is in 10th. I think that's the first time we've seen 2 Ferraris in the points. Is that right? Or have we seen... I don't think we've seen 2 Ferraris. Maybe we have. Season is absolutely flying by. I mean, we're already here on round 4. And how many races do we have left? We have 12 races left. We actually have next week off. We have next week off, I assume, for Labor Day, the American holiday, where we all celebrate how much labor we do, because we are a hard-working group of folks over here in the United States. We're going to take next weekend off, and then we'll be back for Canada. Canada is a fun track. I really like Canada. You know, I mean, and every year it's different. I hate it, I like it, but it's a good track. I want to go visit there. Montreal's not too far away from me. Safety car in this lap. That means Flex is taking over the safety car duty. He has to keep all the other drivers in an appropriate fashion until they cross the line. And he can gun it whenever he wants. He just has to make sure that safety car is in the safe location before he does that. This is going to be exciting. This is going to be fun. We're about to get under racing once again here in Baku. The safety car is officially in the pits, and Flex guns it. I think he caught Zenith off guard. What a gap. Flex, he went at just the right time. Absolutely brilliant. Nicely done. He's going to be really happy with us. Let's see what's happening behind. Zenith makes it to the corner second, followed by Tae-Wen. Office Red is actually holding fourth now as Tae-Wen picked up a position. So he must have caught the Williams driver sleeping. Mr. Joshua still in fifth. Axton still down in seventh. So Tae-Wen is the man making up spots, and Mr. Joshua is going to fly by Office Red now too. So Mr. Joshua makes up a position. Flex is still the leader. He's got about a second gap, and remember, we're not going to have DRS too soon. We need to have 3 more laps before we get DRS. Daddy DeVito right behind Office Red. Let's see if we can hop back to see this. So the Williams driver is falling back very quickly. Daddy DeVito, he's going to have that inside line. And Daddy DeVito is going to go into the castle section first, ahead of Office Red. Aerostrike making up a spot back on Wilhelm. My goodness, look how close these guys get to the wall. I think I saw some sparks there. Absolutely fantastic. These guys are going all out. Everybody wants to win. I love it. Axton, he's the next man. I guess you could say being held up by Office Red now. Axton is going to want to make quick work of this driver because, as you can see, they are falling back now from the group ahead. Daddy DeVito now 1.6 seconds clear of this group. Office Red is clearly the cork in the bottle. And these other drivers are itching to be let out. Murphy's Law right behind Axton now. This is going to be a 3-wide situation. Little uneasy there on the movement, and it's just you just get these like awful cameras, like, you know, down the front straight. I just don't understand. Finally, we get a good view, and Axton makes it to the corner first. Murphy's Law takes it from Office Red. Office Red is in the Alpine. I need to get my vision checked because I think I've mentioned he's in the. I think I said he's in the Williams a few times now. Dude from Mexico making up another place on Wilhelm, the other Ferrari driver, as Sir Harry Hotspur now takes over P8 from Office Red. So Office Red's going right back to where he was just very recently ago. He's fallen down the order. Zenith has now reeled in Flex. He's just a little under half a second, now over half a second, behind the Ferrari driver. Tae-Wen is still within a second now, and Mr. Joshua also finds himself within a second. Axton is still 1.7 behind Daddy DeVito, so I'm sure he's going to be really unhappy with getting stuck there for a little bit, costing him some time, and now he's lost the lead pack. So we have some groups forming, which I mean everyone is still really close. I mean, we just got out from under safety car conditions, so shouldn't be expecting anything too crazy right now in terms of giant gaps forming. So Tae-Wen is actually closer to Zenith than Zenith is to Flex, and Tae-Wen is going to go down the inside of Zenith. I think these two are side by side right now. Oh, look at that. Zenith just holding it along the outside. These two drivers showing a lot of respect for each other and room. And it looks like just Zenith just got a better exit than Taewen, but Taewen's closer. He's got the draft. Is he going to put in a challenge? Doesn't look like it. He moves over just to make sure Zenith knows that he's in the mirrors and he's coming for him, reminding him of his presence. It's something I always like to do. So this is gonna set up to be a really spicy battle actually between these top 4 drivers we have right here. Looks like we're gonna have another great race is unfolding right before us, and we can't forget about Axton, about Murphy's Law holding himself with Axton just a little further back as these 4 flow through the castle section. Now we're getting some good shots, but once we get on the straight, we're not gonna have good shots anymore. I don't really know why, but. Wonder if there's any team orders at play right now between the Haas drivers. Like, what can they do to give themselves any bit of advantage here? All right, we're getting back on the main straight. This is where some action might occur. Surely we're going to see Zenith putting in a... Let's actually hop over to the TV pod on Taewen for a great view of this battle. Zenith going around the outside on Flex, and they make slight contact. Flex is around, and Zenith inherits the lead of the race. So that's gonna that's unfortunate for the Ferrari driver. I don't know if he hopefully he didn't lose too much wing, although it looked like he was going into that corner quite rapidly. So now we have Zenith, Taewen, and Mr. Joshua up front. Let's go back and find Flex and just check in on him. Let's see if he's okay. So it looks like he has his whole front wing. He's in 8th right now. He's about 5 seconds behind Sir Harry Hotspur. And then he's got Office Red behind him. So we have the hard runners trying to make their way through Office Red, the cork in the bottle. The airstrike less than a second back now. Looks like Zenith. So Zenith, the first time penalty, getting that, I would assume, coming up the hill. It's gonna be this corner. Flex is gonna this left hand corner right over there. What is that? That is turn 12. Quite tricky. You can pick up penalties at turn 12 sometimes. I'm sure that's where Zenith got that 3rd warning. Flex is retired from the session, so he's just called it quits, and that's tough. I don't know if I would have retired, but I mean, I'm sure that's definitely frustrating. I don't think Zenith meant any harm from that action. I think that was just. I mean, the Ferrari is prone to spinning. I mean, we've seen Sebastian Vettel spinning many times when that axle, when the front axle makes contact with any of these other cars, this thing just goes around. So we saw some sparks there. There was definitely some contact, and Flex is out of the session. I think dude from Mexico just had a bit of an incident. I could be wrong. Maybe not dude from Mexico, but we had a yellow flag in Sector 1. As we're riding along with Zenith in the Haas. Let's see how he can navigate this tricky section. He's taking it nice and easy through there. Oh, man. Unfortunately, we have the engine glitch. Taewen is, he's hunting him down, though. He's 1.3 seconds back. Mr. Joshua, 1.1. I'd like to note for the viewers they could take a look at these two drivers' ERS levels. I'm not going to say it out loud in case any of them are listening. I know a few of the drivers want to be sneaky and listen to the stream, see if they can get any tidbits of information to give them an advantage. And I don't blame them. I probably would too if I took my driving on this a little bit more serious. I don't do that anymore. I like to have fun. That's why I'm here commentating this evening. So Mr. Joshua is within DRS of Taiwan. So we can imagine Mr. Joshua, he's probably going to stick here for a while. We do know all of these drivers do have to make another pit stop. Aerostrike can maybe go to the end of the race. I don't think it'll be the fastest strategy. I don't think it'll be the best strategy, but he probably can go to the end of the race. For everybody else, they're going to have to pit. Sir Harry's going to have to pit twice. Very maybe not. Maybe not. He can throw on a set of mediums soon and go to the end, so he'll be fine. What do we have? But some of these drivers, I mean, you know, some of these guys started on the softs, now they're on the medium, so they're gonna, yeah, everyone's gonna have to pit again. And we very well may see Aerostrike up in the top of the standings for a little bit. Office Red, the Alpine driver who was very recently, about 5 laps ago, he was P3. And he's back down to P11 as he lost some ground on the safety car restart. Bit of a tough restart for him. So Mr. Joshua doing everything he can to stay in the DRS of Taiwan, the Aston Martin driver. But these are the two leading teams here in the constructors. We have Haas and Aston Martin. These are the two leaders, and they are duking it out for us live this Tuesday evening. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, yeah, these guys are fighting for something. Axton is now approaching the back of DeVito. Axton is just 0.6 back from DeVito, so we might be seeing Axton making a move and getting the Papaya McLarens into the action here once again. Dude from Mexico into the pits. He is getting off those medium tires. He's had enough. 9 laps and that's it. Let's see what tire he goes on to as Wilhelm gets back into P9. Wilhelm, the leading Ferrari man, now with Flex out of the session. So you get that nice wing shot. I always like the wing shots in real life because you see the winglets flex on high speeds, and that's pretty cool. I mean, you could probably just like step on the front wing and break it. I mean, I maybe not step on it and break it, but I don't think they're not very sturdy. You know, I mean, they are very sturdy, but they're also quite not sturdy, if you know what I mean. Axton must have made a little mistake because he's now out of that 1 second gap for the DRS gap with DeVito, the Aston Martin driver, ahead. So Mr. Joshua, he's going to put on a challenge for P2, and it looks like he's got it. He's got it before the corner. Taiwan, you know, just falling back in line to follow him through the corner, and let's see if Taiwan can put a challenge back. Taiwan, he's going to send it? No, but Joshua really late on the brakes, too late on the brakes. And Joshua finds himself in a very unfortunate position. He's going to have to wait. Oh man, he's going to hate himself for that. It's a tough mistake from Mr. Joshua, who finds himself back in P6. I'm sure he's going to work his way back up. How far back is he now from... How much did he lose by that? Let's find out. Man, he lost about 13 seconds from that. It's going to be tough, but, you know, he's only 6 seconds back from Daddy DeVito, so a podium shot may still be on for the American driver. Now, these are the two. These are the two that we're going to move on to now. We've got Axton, who's been reeling in reeling in Daddy DeVito over the last several laps. He's back within DRS. Wilhelm out of the session. We have a safety car. Another safety car. I'm sure Joshua's going to be happy with that. Gives him a bit of more of a chance as the Ferrari driver. Just you see him stranded there. That is unfortunate. Oh man, what happened here? I got stuck. So yeah, Wilhelm out of the race. The castle section takes another victim. Now we have all the boys in the pits, and is Taewon going to get a penalty for that? Did he just come out of the straight line out of the pits? Is that what we just saw? I feel like we just saw him come straight out of the pits. Was that just me? Maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm going crazy. Could very well be the case. The whole COVID thing is nuts. The C word, we'll call it. Alright, so now, safety car. Bring the pack back together. Zenith has made a bold move. A bit of a gamble. Throwing on this soft tire. Everybody else went for the mediums. I think, is that because Zenith had to? Let's take a quick look at the race director. Maybe, I think Zenith may have been forced into this decision. No, he was not forced into that decision. Yeah, that's right. Zenith did start on softs. So yeah, very, very interesting choice. But this man is leading the championship. He's got 2 wins, 3 podiums this year. Looks like he's very much looks like he is very much you know, in control of this session, this championship, but we'll see. Excuse me for that. I finally won a Newegg Shuffle, and let me just tell you, it was the worst Newegg Shuffle ever. I would have rather not won the Newegg Shuffle than won what I got. I mean, just unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, like $1,500 for 1 stick of RAM and a 3070. It's not a good deal. And a TI at that. Not even, it's a low hash rate. That's not good. But this is surely going to be exciting once we get back underway. Everybody back together. We had a great safety car restart last time around. A lot of action. Office Red coming in off the tires. He recently stopped for that set of hard tires, so I'm sure maybe he's just like do another couple laps and get the most out of the softs. See, so Office Red has taken advantage of his bad track position. He was able to go another lap on that set of tires, while all of these guys, you know, Zenith, by the time we get going again, he's going to have 2 laps under those tires. Of course, they are, you know, safety car speed laps, but they're still laps. And those softs, the game was, I think the game was saying 5. I think the game was saying 5 laps for the soft tire. So Zenith's got to do 10. That's going to be a challenge. But I think he is the guy that can do it. Everybody else on softs. Murphy's Law has a 5-second penalty. He's not going to be happy with himself about that. I wonder where he got that. If that was a speeding in the pit lane. I always get the speeding in the pit lane penalties. Like 1 mile an hour. 2 miles. I've gone speeding in the pit lane penalties before where I've been at 50 miles an hour. And it's just like, come on, you guys. Not cool. Not cool at all. Looks like Office Red and dude from Mexico may have gone into a bit of an incident. So some language in the Discord group. We're gonna take a quick moment right now to just remind everybody to check out Zenith Online Racing. Come join our Discord. Ask for an invite. We have a great group of guys. As Zenith is about to take off, we're looking for some more drivers for this great league. And Zenith guns it. He's off. Taewen close behind. Daddy DeVito close as well. Oh, big crash. Office Red is out. Big crash in the back. Big crash. Office Red and a dude from Mexico got into it in the back. Those two didn't even make it to the first corner. They were in the wall well before. Wow, that was a big one. That was a big, big accident. Wow. That would be one in real life where you're wondering, is the driver okay? Is everybody okay? Whew. My goodness. Alright, well, other than that, we're off right now. We have some gaps beginning to form. Zenith is well off to the races, as we expected he would have, but again, we think that's going to come back to Taewen, to Daddy DeVito, to Murphy's Law. Zenith's going to fall off as the mediums get into their good operating zone. Softs are going to fall off. So, and Zenith has that 3-second penalty, so he has to move. He's got to move, and he is. He's off to the races. Axton is probably, you know, really wanting to get by Murphy's Law right now. We know Axton is probably the faster driver at this point in the race, but he also has Mr. Joshua right behind who he's got to worry about, and looks like Zenith might have got a little loose coming onto the back straight. He was about 3 seconds up on Taewen. Now with that gap is down to 2, if my memory serves me well, although my memory isn't the best, unfortunately. Looks like we got about a 3-wide situation occurring right now. Murphy's Law into the pits to serve that penalty right away. As Axton holds on to the position, but he's going to be out of position for the next corner. Joshua looking down the inside. He's not going to do it. Which man is going to get better traction? Looks like they both got pretty good traction. Josh might just have to wait another couple laps before he's able to get by the McLaren driver. While this is all happening, Zenith is still about 2 seconds clear, 2.3 seconds clear now, of above Taewen and the Aston Martin team, the Aston Martin duo of Taewen and DeVito, holding on to the second and third podium spot. This wouldn't be too bad right now for the Aston Martin team if the race were to finish. I'd bet they'd be happy too if Sir Harry Hotspur got by Mr. Joshua, because that is the constructor fight. Haas sitting at 110, Aston Martin sitting at 43. Gap does seem a little bit big, but the season is still early and there's a lot of time to go. So every point counts. So Zenith now getting that gap a little closer to 3 seconds, which is absolutely crucial for him. As dude from Mexico is out of the session, looks like he has just retired on track in Sector 1. So Daddy DeVito is, excuse me. Dude from Mexico is out of the race, as Mr. Joshua looks to put up another challenge. He's got no DRS, but he's still going for it. He's about a 10th behind. Is he going to send it? No, he's not going to send it. You know, Joshua's got a good head on him. He's gonna wait, and he's gonna make his move when the time is right. Sir Harry very much keeping in touch with these two. I think it's one more lap until Joshua's gonna get the benefit of DRS. Axton using all the moves that he is allowed by the rules, driving very good, very fairly. But Mr. Joshua is just able to swoop it down the inside and take P4. Now he's off to the races to catch the Aston Martin team as... Did we just see another crash? Sir Harry, I think that was Sir Harry, fell victim to just a little... No? Did I not just see a car spin? I am seeing things, you guys. My goodness. I thought I just saw Sir Harry spin. Maybe he recovered it. That was dude, Sir Harry. If you listen to this recording, you watch this back, post that clip, because you must have been real out of shape. Zenith has that gap over 3 seconds now, but crucially, 7 laps to go. Will the softs hang on? We're going to find out. Sir Harry now looking to regain a position that he just lost by a little bit of a mistake. Not too bad. And he's going to make quick work of airstrike. He's going to have that move done before the first corner. So nicely done from Sir Harry. Alright. So, Axton. Mr. Joshua. Chasing down the 2 Aston Martin drivers, who are in turn chasing down Zenith to win it, who is carrying a 3-second penalty. He's had that 3-second penalty for some time when he cut the corner on turn 12. I believe it was. We have 5 drivers who have retired from the session so far. First driver that was out was Bulldog. We lost Bulldog. The 2 Ferraris went out. Flex, who made it looked like he made some minor contact with Zenith while battling for, was it the lead of the race? It was the lead of the race. While battling for the lead of the race, Flex went off there in turn 1 and lost his front wing. Wilhelm lost it in the castle section, the stricken Ferrari. And then Office Red and Dude from Mexico had a big shunt. We managed to catch it on stream at the safety car restart. The second safety car restart brought out by what I believe was Wilhelm's Ferrari. So that's how the race has unfolded thus far. Zenith to win it has primarily been the leader, the commander of the race. He's had the pace. He's been in the right spot. He did find himself back in P2 after the first safety car. It's Mr. Joshua making work, making Daddy DeVito, being Daddy DeVito's daddy. That's weird. I shouldn't use that humor on here. We could have, although this stream is not meant for kids. Can I get political? No, I probably shouldn't get political. No, definitely not. So Mr. Joshua managed to get by Daddy DeVito, put himself up into the podium places. So we have a Haas 1-3 now, Aston Martin 2-4. Axton catching up to DeVito as well, now within DRS. Daddy DeVito looking to be falling out of DRS from Mr. Joshua. So Axton's gonna have the Aston driver. Axton will have the Aston driver under pressure going down into turn 1, surely. So let's hop over to Axton. Let's get the TV pod. And let's see what it's like to blast down the straights of Baku at 200 miles an hour in a papaya-colored Formula 1 car. It looks fast. It is fast. McLaren beats Aston Martin for now. Looks like Daddy DeVito's just having some traction problems. Couldn't get the power down there smoothly and efficiently, and any chance he had to challenge back was gone. But now he is keeping it. He's keeping it nice and close now here, as we move into sector 2. Ooh, a bit of a bad corner there. See, you hit that. You don't want to hit that curb. You do not want to hit the curb at turn 6. It's going to unsettle the car. You're not going to be able to get on the power. Oh, a little antsy in the castle section from DeVito, but he's still within DRS for now. But we have another corner to go, and it's a tricky one. Battles can be won and lost by a single corner in this game, on this track. As DeVito had a poor, I believe that was turn 15. He had a poor turn 15, and now he's out of DRS. And Axton managed to actually... Did Axton manage to slip himself into the DRS section? No. No, but he might have it next time. Lap 23 of 26, Zenith to win it. He is 5.2 seconds clear of Tae Wen. He is carrying a 3-second time penalty, and he does have some now surely deteriorating soft tires, while the rest of the drivers are on pairs of fresh mediums. So that's gonna be how the rest of the story is gonna unfold. It's really gonna be, will Zenith's tires hold on, and does Tae Wen have the pace to get that Aston Martin within 3 seconds, and does Mr. Joshua have the pace to catch up and maybe throw his hat into the ring to perhaps take P2 or win the race, as Axton just gets into the wall there. Not too bad. I don't know if he's got damage. We're going to see if we can get an onboard. Doesn't look like it. Looks like that McLaren is still in one piece. The only thing he may have lost is a little bit of pride. But he's a quick driver. He'll get it back. That's brought DeVito into contention. DeVito back under a second. It looks like DeVito's going to be able to keep that under a second going on to the main straight, as Murphy's Law picks up another 5-second penalty for crossing the pit lane exit white line. Oh man, that's not a good penalty. Those are always the tough ones. Yet Daddy DeVito very much has a chance here to get by Axton, going all the way to the inside, and he's gonna send it. He's got it done. So Axton, just a little bit of a mistake over there in turn 7, and it's cost him a place, but it looked like Axton got a pretty good exit coming out of turn 2. Look at that papaya rocket ship. Just doing an exact repeat of what he got done not too long ago. Getting ahead of DeVito. Tae Wen and Mr. Joshua not really doing anything too outstanding right now in terms of challenging Zenith for that first place. So, you know, maybe that was a really good call from Zenith. It looks like it's so far working out for him. You know, maybe could Axton have some damage somewhere that we just can't see it. So it looks like it looks like he's just struggling now. Maybe he's just having a bad lap. That happens. But Axton's using up all his ERS right now. Or maybe there's something broken, because I don't see that light flashing. He can't be just using all of his ERS right now. That light just has to be broken. That's really weird. That is really weird. That light isn't flashing at all. Whoa, DeVito 2 times. Nearly getting into the wall, and he's going to have that position done before the DRS zone. So Axton's going to slip back into the slipstream, but DeVito has DRS, so it's a bit of a lost hope, lost cause. So DeVito works himself back into that 4th position. But once again, we have a challenge from Axton. Oh, wow. Look how fast that... the DRS is so powerful. These two go side by side, leaving each other space. Very good driving. DeVito holds it around the outside. Now he has the inside line for the next turn. But now they're still staying side by side. This is great. Now Axton's going to have the inside line. So Axton's now in the lead, but DeVito's having a good run. There's no way he's gonna. No, okay, all right. I thought was DeVito gonna send it here. No, he didn't send it. But still, right behind him as they go into the castle. The pressure is on, and this is where some mistakes could potentially be made. With just a little more than a lap to go, this race has flown by. Even with the safety cars, I feel like this race has flown by. It's been a good race. Murphy's Law with the fastest lap. There we go. Nicely done, Murphy's Law. Let's see if that can hold it. As Zenith is just about to start the final lap of the race, but all eyes are on Axton and DeVito. Which one of these two drivers is going to find themselves in 4th place to finish the race? DeVito is chasing down Axton out of the first corner. He's got the inside line. He's got the DRS. He's got the position for now. Axton still right behind, just 3/10 back. And Axton's going to have DRS now. Going down the 2nd DRS straight. But DeVito actually managed to get a pretty good gap here. The gap now, about half a second. Axton is not going to have a challenge into turn 3. Are we going to have a run down to the line to decide the race? This is going to be down to the wire. This is going to be a Bottas Stroll type situation. It's going to be close here. It's going to be close. DeVito might be in front, but we have no idea which one of these two is going to take 4th place. That's fantastic. Taewen is now, he's 4 seconds. We have a yellow flag. Where's that yellow flag? Murphy's Law. That was Murphy's Law's yellow flag. So it's not gonna do anything. Sir Harry picks up a 3-second time penalty. I don't think that's gonna come into effect for his race, so he should be fine. Where are we now? We're running on board with Axton, who's gonna put in a bid to overtake DeVito right at the very end. I want to hop over to Zenith, but Zenith, you're going to have to excuse me. We have to keep our eyes on this race. Zenith wins the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Barely. Taewen is going to... Oh, but less than a tenth. Less than a tenth. Zenith wins the Baku Grand Prix. Taewen comes in 2nd. Mr. Joshua 3rd. Axton couldn't put a challenge on to Daddy DeVito getting to the line. So Daddy DeVito takes 4th. Axton P5. Sir Harry P6. Aerostrike comes home in P7th. And Murphy's Law is going to take the fastest lap and P8 if he can get the car around the track and finish the race with all 4 wheels in one piece. It looks like he's still pushing, really getting close to the walls in the castle section, and then losing the back ends going up the hill. He is flying. He's a man on the mission. I think he's gained about. We hopped on board. He was I think he was a minute and 8 seconds back. Now he's a minute and 4 seconds back, so he's flying. He's fucking moving. Bit of a scrape on the wall, but no damage done. And Murphy's Law is just going to take the Zenith Online Racing PC tier down the long main straight one final time to cross the line and improve on his fastest lap. So congratulations, Murphy's Law, taking the fastest lap of the race and taking home P8. Nicely done. What a race. Haas, Constructors Championship leaders. They got a 1-2. No, they got a 1-3. Excuse me, got a 1-3 tonight. Taewen takes P2. Just barely. Less than a tenth of a second in it there at the end. So with Zenith's penalty almost cost him the win. But what a great race. What a great race. Zenith wins, followed by Taewen in 2nd, Mr. Joshua, Daddy DeVito, Axton, Sir Harry, Arrow, and Murphy's Law. We had some retirements. Dude from Mexico and Office Red had a massive shunt on the main straight under the second safety car restart. Wilhelm crashed into castle section. He caused the safety car, which led to Office Red and Dude from Mexico getting into an accident. Flex retired on track after having a bit of an incident with Zenith while fighting for first place. And the Bulldog lost it very early on, and he was the first to leave us, causing the first safety car, which threw all the strategies off and really made this race an absolute toss-up. Who improved the most tonight? It looks like Axton moved up 7 positions. No, I'm sorry. Sir Harry moved up 6 positions. Nicely done, Sir Harry. Yeah, that's a good result, I think. Yeah, moving up 6 places. Taewen started 6th, finds himself on second on the grid. That's pretty good. And Danny DeVito improves his spot to find himself in P4. Another race decided by less than a second. It was great having you all here tonight. It was great being with you. Please check out Zenith Online Racing. We are looking to fill some slots. We need some more drivers. You can check us out on Discord. Ask somebody for a link, and we'll get you into the league. We have next week off for the American holiday of Labor Day. But we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, same time, every Tuesday weekday, every Tuesday evening, for Canada, the Canadian Grand Prix. We'll see you all then, and we're signing off.